Been over 20 years since he burst onto the comedy scene, co-writing and appearing in the hugely successful sitcom The Office alongside Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, now Stephen Merchant is back doing what he does best, making us laugh, and he'll be telling us all about his third series of his hit show, The Outlaws. But first, let's take a little look.
Never show weakness. These offenders will eat you alive. I need your help.
How do you dispose of a corpse?
When the demon gets out, he's gonna come and find us.
These guys are hiding something. I'll find out about it. Might as well go out with a bang. You need a sixth sense for what's happening all around you.
Lovely.
Really
And Stephen's joining us now. Welcome.
Thanks for having me, guys. It's nice to be here.
Look at this Bristol.
Well, I know, it's the Bristol Mafia, isn't it?
About time.
Yeah, finally.
About time you guys have
taken over TV.
And I said they must have something in the water. Can we just stand up? Because I'm very tall, you're very tall. How tall are you?
6'7".
I'm nearly 5'11", 177 centimetres.
Oh,
yeah.
5'11", yeah, I remember I must have been about, 12.
Yeah.
When I was 5'11". Yeah,
My friend about this during the break, Joyce went, we might be related. And I said, Steve, do you have any Gibsons in your family? He said, no. So you're basing that on just the fact that you're both quite tall?
Tall, yeah.
And from Bristol.
Yeah.
It's
But we're tall, aren't we?
Who's got the thicker accent, would you say?
Oh, hang on. Let me shut my eyes. Just say,
Hello, my name's Stephen Merchant.
Oh, don't go all taunting on me.
I've got a bit posher.
Hello, my name's Josie.
hang on. That sounded like you've never sounded before. So if you say going all taunting, does that mean going quite posh?
Well, taunt up the motorway a bit. They get a bit posher, don't they, Stephen? Whereabouts in Bristol are you from?
I'm not giving that information.
Oh, right, OK, then, all right. Let's talk about the Outlaws.
This theoretically could be a very different interview. I could leave now for the next 10 minutes. You could just talk.
Do you ever go to the Blue Bowl? On
Listen, congratulations on the third series of Outlaws.
Thank you so much.
It's good to see you doing the third series as well.
Yeah, I've not done a third series of any show before. Always ended things, early.
For people who haven't watched it, what has happened? So where are we and what's happened so far, and where do we find your characters?
In series one, 7 people from Bristol, from different walks of life, not major criminals, did minor crimes, got community service, found a big bag of cash. Series 2, they had to pay back the crime lord whose bag of cash it was.
Yeah.
Series 3, they think they're moving on with their lives, they think they've put that behind them, and then one of the characters shows up with a dead body in the back of a car.
Right.
Never.
And they're dragged back into the...
Are they still on community service?
A few of them are still doing community service, yes. All right, come on, don't pick holes in it, just enjoy it.
No, it's just a long...
They're just doing 500 hours of community service.
You've got an incredible cast.
Amazing cast.
Jessica Gunning, who's gone absolutely huge at the moment, with Baby Reindeer.
Right.
I mean, what's she like to work with?
She is an absolute joy. She sent in an audition tape and I had absolutely no notes. She was so perfect and she just came and she just cracked it. Every scene, she was brilliant. She just elevated it, always brought something new. And this series, we actually made her one of the writers as well. So she was in the writing team and she wrote the final episode with me. Yeah,
that must be, Stephen, one of the loveliest things in your job is when you, and you've seen it at The Office as well, when you see and give young actors a chance, or actors that have just been jobbing actors for a while a chance, and you see them then soar, and then they get other offers off the back of it and do really well. It must be
I'm
one of the
very
most...
proud of them, and then also resentful that I'm not getting a cut of their future earnings. You know,
Sort that out.
If I could have had some of Martin Freeman's Hobbit money, I bet that was pretty good, right?
I think you're doing all right.
Yeah, I'm doing all right,
You should put a Hobbit clause in the contract. I love the... I mean, how you got... I remember Stephen came on a radio show and told me how he got Christopher Walken, because the first series, everyone was... That was the first question, wasn't it? Like, how did you get Christopher Walken?
To Bristol.
And he sold that Christopher Walken... That Bristol was like... Was it San Francisco?
Like San Francisco. Well, it makes sense, because it's quite hilly, and it's sort of got a big suspension bridge. It's on the water. It's quite arty. It is.
It does add up.
San Francisco, right?
Stephen, where did the idea for the Outlaws come from? Is it because your mum was she a prison community officer?
She was involved with community service, but she would like me to emphasise that she was supervising criminals, that she wasn't one of them.
Right.
And, yes, and she used to tell me about the sort of people, the Bristol people that came through the door, and they always just sounded like such an interesting kind of mixed bag of people, some of whom went to my school, and she would sometimes see them. In fact, one of them, who was a right little thief, I saw him in one of Bristol's poshest restaurants when we were filming. I thought, how has he got a reservation? I only got in here because I'm on the telly. And on the way out, I said to the maitre d', I said, you better count the cutlery when that guy leaves. So they're all still around. But, yes, she told me about all these different people that did community service, and I just thought it was an interesting backdrop for a show, you know, because I hadn't sort of seen that as a way into a crime thriller.
Had you had that in your psyche
I had that since
for
I was
a
in
while?
my teenage years. Yeah, I just always thought it was an interesting idea.
It's great that you sort of you know, germinated away.
just
and
percolated there. And I think I like the idea of doing a crime story, but it wasn't just directly about criminals or cops. It was relatively ordinary people who get drawn into this crime story.
Because when you did series 1, it was in the pandemic, wasn't it? So it was tricky to film.
It was a nightmare because we were filming, you know, and obviously I'd promised Walken that I'd show him around Bristol, you know, all the highlights, the Blue Bowl, pub, all of them. And obviously I couldn't. He just had to get sent back to his hotel every night, and that's why. But we did eventually manage. I did manage to take him on a little excursion.
Oh, where'd you take him?
Wait for this.
All right.
Stonehenge.
Oh, brilliant.
Me and C, there you are. Look at him. He looks like he's won a competition. And
what was your trip to Stonehenge with Christopher Walken like?
Extraordinary. I mean, it's a highlight of my life.
Does he talk a lot while he's...
No, he's quite a quiet man. He's quite a reflective man, Christopher. And for about an hour, he didn't say anything. And then I wish I could do the impression, but after a while, he just went, apparently, the blue stones have healing properties.
They do.
I thought, wow, this is profound. And then the sun was setting. It was quite mystical.
Yeah.
And then he said to the woman who was showing us around, can I touch the stones? And she was so West Country and so British, she just went, no, can't touch them, no. I thought, he's an Oscar winner. Nope.
Is he good chat? Do you get good stories out of him at like lunchtime and stuff? Does he talk about the old days?
He'll definitely talk about stuff, yeah, but he's not a verbose man. He's just quite thoughtful, quite meditative, you know, and you'll just sort of chat with him and you'll ask him a question and he'll sort of think about it and give you an answer, and then he'll go quiet. And you'll think, is he thinking or is he buffering? It's like he's like having a Zoom conversation in person. You're like, is he still there? You know. But he's just thinking. He's just a very thoughtful guy. He's just a very reflective guy. I love him. He's amazing.
Yeah.
You never touched the stones at all? Because I've been to parties in there.
You haven't?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Don't tell. Don't know. But
We got the confession.
Years ago. I've got to ask, do you wish you'd done The Office for longer?
Do I wish I'd done The Office for longer?
Yeah.
Well, I just think it's interesting now I've done a third series. I think, oh, we could have squeezed out another series.
Yeah.
But at the time, we were young and carefree, and we thought, oh, we'll just... And I think we just felt we'd run out of steam and we didn't have anything else to say. But I think probably we could have kept going. But then, obviously, the American version has proven that, we could well have kept it going.
Oh,
they
God,
did,
yeah.
9 series or something.
Listen, thanks for joining us, man. Series 3 of The Outlaws starts on Thursday, 9 o'clock on BBC One.
Oh, they say you shouldn't meet your heroes. I'm so glad I've met mine.
Thank you so much. See you down the Blue Bowl.
See you down the Blue Bowl.
Competition time now. We are giving you the chance to win 3 incredible prizes, including £60,000 in tax-free cash.
day ever.
Here is Yenka with all the details.
Best day ever.